This computer terminal provides full access to the L-Car's computer net.
A new foe has appeared in the dirt bike world and ready to go toe-to-toe with the old guard, and taking the fight all the way to the KTM lair at the steps of Mount Doom.
In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. And into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One ring to rule them all.
Are these the dirt bikes that are not only affordable, but are awesome at the same time and restore a balance in the Force?
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
In this video, I will explain why you should have GPX on your radar for your next bike, and why GPX dirt bikes are the working man's dirt bike. A long time ago, Japanese manufacturers used to make decent dirt bikes with decent performance at an affordable price, and they slowly stopped developing them and instead started the bold new graphics update trend that continues to this day. Fast forward to today, and KTM rules the roost with their rock-solid dirt bikes that drives the industry forward. KTM's investment in R&D pays off, and it shows, but it comes at a price, an extremely large price tag. So large, in fact, they are pricing many people away from the sport. Not all of us have a money bin that we can dive into to buy a KTM or equivalent. So we are stuck with the old tire designs that are heavy with lackluster performance, or a KTM that cost you your firstborn. And this is where GPX comes in to fill that void. We need dirt bikes that come with premium parts, good performance, great suspension, reliable with a modern designed frame that the working man can afford. Enter GPX.
But life, finds a way.
Who is GPX?
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
The GPX base of operations in the USA are out of the great state of Utah under the banner of USA Motor Toys. They began speccing out bikes for their Pitster Pro brand way back in the early 2000s, sourcing the bikes from China. Not too long ago, USA Motor Toys and GPX decided to design and make reliable, big-bore, quality dirt bikes to feed the demand for an affordable dirt bike without sacrificing performance and suspension, and GPX was born. What makes GPX different from other Chinese brands? Well, quality, reliability, customer support, and extreme bang for the buck. Looking to separate themselves from the cheap Chinese bike stereotype, GPX has taken the approach that Japanese manufacturers took not too long ago by taking a product and making it better and more affordable. The bikes landed on the US shores back in 2018, and they have made improvements in every model year since. Rather than taking the bold new graphics approach that the Japanese have been taking for 20 years, GPX has taken customer feedback and applied it to make the bikes better, and it shows. I asked Gary, the owner and distributor for GPX in the USA, what makes GPX bikes different and whether he had input on the design of the bikes. And he replied, "I work directly with the manufacturers along with importers in Russia, Brazil, and Indonesia on the general bike. Typically, each of us importers change certain specifications to meet particular market demands. Yes, we have made many fine detail changes and specifications for the USA market to separate it from others. In speccing a specific bike or part for the bike, we have always leaned toward a more performance-based option than the cheapest option. For example, we could easily spec low-quality, cheap chains or foot pegs, wheels, triple clamps, suspension, etc. But personally, I don't want to buy a bike and feel the need to replace these items. We want the customer to get top quality at an affordable price, and that is the direction we go when we spec the bikes. We could easily spec them so the retail price is cheaper, but that is not what we are looking for. A lot of people tend to incorrectly assume that the GPX Enduro designs are a Husqvarna copy. It's obviously a Husqvarna inspired design, but that really isn't accurate to say it's a copy.
Understand you. You're nothing to him. He's not interested in your life form. He's just a scout, the first of many. He's here to analyze your technology. He may attempt to gain control of the ship. I wouldn't let him.
Yes, the frame and plastics share a similarity to a Husqvarna, but that is where it ends. The frame isn't identical, but the plastics are interchangeable with Husky KTM ones. As for the rest of the bike's design, it isn't the same at all and is GPX's own design. And that leads us to our next segment, Bang for the Buck. With the current Enduro bike lineup, there simply is no bike that offers the same bang for the buck that a GPX bike gives you. For the money, no bike comes close with the options and add-ons GPX bikes come with. All the bikes have premium parts that you would normally have to buy afterwards. The fit and finish is on par with Japanese bikes, which really sets GPX apart from the cheap Chinese bike stereotype. They all have reliable, low-maintenance performance engines, really good suspension, a modern frame design, tons of CNC parts all throughout, skid plates, decent tires, and one of the nicest LCD speedometers around. One of the first things you'll notice is that all the parts spec'd on the bike are quality parts that you would normally have to buy in the aftermarket anyways. The bikes are also equipped with fully adjustable SCZ suspension and 6-gear wide ratio transmissions. And it's also worth mentioning that all the bikes have e-start and kickstart backup, which is really nice to have. Okay, let's look at the GPX Enduro lineup.
Let's go, Ultron Force!
There's a bike for everyone, whether you're a new rider, experienced rider, short rider, budget rider, 4-stroke tractor addict, air-cooled Honda XR type lover, or 2-stroke zealot. GPX has a bike for you. The TSE 250R. If you're looking for a smoker and love riding on the pipe, the TSE is a great option. Powered by a liquid-cooled Yamaha DT230 carbureted engine, the TSE is linear in power and has the grunt and nimbleness to hit any tight single track you throw at it. Many compare this bike to the KDX 220, but the TSE has its own 2-stroke character that makes it an absolute blast to ride. The FSE 300R, formerly the FSE 250R, GPX upped the bore to a 300cc in 2020 and offers the perfect 4-stroke engine displacement that many have longed for. Powered by a liquid-cooled 4-stroke Zongshen 300cc Delphi fuel-injected engine with plenty of grunt and tractoring power to overcome any obstacles. Long maintenance intervals and a proven reliable engine make this bike a great choice for any enduro rider. The FSE 450R. Some thumper junkies just want a big bore bike that will tackle anything with power. Powered by a Zongshen 450 liquid-cooled engine, also with fuel injection, on the same frame as its smaller siblings, this bike will grunt over anything in its path. If you're looking for something to replace a DRZ 400, you should look at the 450R and gain fuel injection and a 6th gear. The FSE 250E. Looking for that XR that Honda should have made with e-start? Well, here it is. An air-cooled Zongshen 250 powers this bike, and if simplicity and reliability is what you want, then this is your bike. This is the XR that Honda should have made. The FSE 250S. Need all the greatness of the FSE 250E but don't want the seat height? The 250S offers all the goodness of the 250E but with a shorter seat height and smaller frame and wheels. Perfect for shorter riders without sacrificing performance. You can also order with full-size wheels and keep the smaller frame. And that's why GPX is the working man's dirt bike. They offer something for everyone at an amazing price, and you will walk away with major bang for the buck and a dirt bike with a modern design and engine that can keep up with the pumpkins on any given day. As far as customer support goes, this is where GPX really shines. No bike is perfect and without issues. If one arises, you don't want to be without support and assistance. No one wants to buy a product that company won't stand behind. Gary from GPX stands behind the bikes he sells, and if there are any issues, he pursues every avenue to help the owner get the bike up to par. Also, Gary participates in the unofficial GPX Facebook group on a daily basis, interacting with owners and helping them with any questions or concerns they might have. The GPX Facebook group is one of the best forums for any questions and sharing your adventures out there. It's very active, and everyone there is very helpful with no trolls or keyboard warriors to discourage anyone from praises or if problems arise. Parts. This is the one area that would scare anyone away from an unfamiliar brand. If you need replacement parts, you need to be confident that the parts are available, otherwise you're stranded. A simple phone call and you'll have your in-stock parts in 2 days. You can also go to RockyMountainATV.com, and GPX is in the drop-down menu for basic parts such as plastics, sprockets, and filters, etc. What is the purchase process like? You can either purchase your bike at a dealer or buy it straight off the website and have it shipped from Utah to your home. If you buy your bike at a dealer, you already are getting the bike all set up and ready to go. You can also purchase it off the website assembled as well. The next option is to ship it crated, which is the most economical. If you buy the crated version, it usually takes a few business days, give or take a day, depending on where you live in the country, and your bike will arrive in a well-packaged crate. You'll have to uncrate it and assemble the front end, handlebars, cables, and go through the bike with Loctite and add fluids. You are basically taking on the same dealer setup process for any other bike when you buy a GPX crated bike. Are GPX bikes for everybody? Well, yes and no.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I love Italian. And so do you.
Yes.
I would say no to the people who are not mechanically minded, don't want to work on, and are not capable of working on dirt bikes. Obviously, if you buy your bike from a local dealer, you have that mechanic support window. But if you buy your bike online, you are the mechanic. You do have support via phone or the Facebook group from GPX, so you're not stranded if an issue or question arises. So if you don't like to tinker and want that turnkey Honda feeling, then GPX may not be for you. I would say yes, GPX bikes are for almost everyone, because most people who ride dirt bikes are pretty capable of minor repairs or maintenance, as it kind of comes with the territory. So, when you buy a GPX, you are taking on the setup process that comes with any bike, and it requires some tinkering and time to get the bike through that process. In conclusion, GPX is the working man's dirt bike. No longer is a good performance, lightweight, reliable dirt bike with good suspension out of reach for the working man. You don't have to break the bank to have a fantastic dirt machine any longer. Give GPX a try, and I'll see you on the trails. Live long and ride.